안녕하세요. 네, 숙명테솔 행정실 직원 신민경입니다. 2023학년도 2학기 공개강좌 테솔 입시설명회에 참석해 주셔서 진심으로 감사드립니다. 그럼 설명회를 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 먼저 강남준 테솔 주임 교수님의 환영사로 시작하겠습니다.
안녕하세요.
테이블 조금만 낮춰드릴게요.
Thank you. Consider it. All right. I don't know whether I have to speak in Korean or English language because we have some kind of foreigners here. I think it's better for me to speak in English if you don't mind. All right. Thank you so much for coming. This lovely, bright, sunshiny Saturday. Otherwise, you will be at home and having a good time with your family and having a date somewhere else. And I think you have a reason to be here, right? In this sunny, bright Saturday. Even I didn't want to come to this place on this Saturday. Anyway, so I said, as you can see over here, do you have a dream? Oh, thank you for answering me. Right. I think all of you have some kind of dream, right? Yes. I have a dream too. And I also had a dream. And my dream now is different from the past. But anyway, I have a dream and you all have a dream, right? The thing is, what kind of dream do you have? I think we should have some kind of similar dream with other people. Right? So I say, can you find yourself over here? Right? There are lots of people, right? In this world. Different faces, different characters, different nationalities, different age, gender, and personality, family background, everything so different. As different as your fingerprints, right? Nobody exactly the same in this whole world. Right? Then everybody has, I think, different dream. And she had a dream. Do you know her? Who is she? Dorothy? Oh, you know? I'm not that old-fashioned. Have you watched the movie like Wizard of Oz? Oh yeah, some people nodding their head like this. That means you know that story. And she's Judy Garland, which she once used to be. I think she's passed away, right? And she used to be very famous actress in Hollywood, and she used to be one of my favorites, and she used to be one of my grandma's favorites. Anyway, I really liked, and do you know who he is? Toto. Her. Anyway, you know the story, just cut long story short. And then tornado, her house flew away and landed on strange land, and there she met Cowardly Lion, Scarecrow, and Tin Man. And all of them had a dream. Dorothy had a dream, that is, going back home. And the Cowardly Lion had a dream, having a brave heart, brave mind. And Tin Man, warm heart. And Scarecrow, remember? Brain, that's right. Thank you. Thank you, Tim. Right, anyway, they all had a dream, and in order to, and also the other person. I think you don't know him that much. No, he's not a Pinocchio. Jack, thank you. You are the first group ever noticed that his name. He's a Jack, and the story was Jack and the Beanstalk. You see, you are really good people. Right, anyway, so he had a dream too. What was his dream? Be a rich person. But he sold a cow for 5 strange beans. Why? Because he had a dream. And he believed what the old lady said. Right? Anyway, they go and find for their dream And you have a dream too, right? It's all of us, a commonality, right? Anyway, but you cannot make your dream come true unless you walk away from where you are, right? And Dorothy, tornado, landed on the strange, and Jack, go up to the sky, to the strange land, right? You have to walk away. Did you walk away? I think so. You are about to take a first step to walk away from where you are, to make your life different from where you are now. And you have to fly away. Fly away, you have to, improve yourself. You have to develop yourself. This is why you're here, right? You have to learn. You want to learn something that makes you different from the past. And now you have to climb away. So you have to climb away and make yourself promoted from where you are now, right? Not only different, but also better. Somehow. But can you do that by yourself? Maybe? But it's not always easy, isn't it? You are busy, everybody busy, and now already full of burdens on your top, on your shoulders, right? Can't really do that. You're sometimes scary because do I have to do this? Because I am already busy, and then how shall I do this? So you are now scared of doing something over here, right? So all of you are here looking for some kind of dream, but you're still scared, right? And also you are frightened, right? Because a lot of things to do. And a lot of people saying that, no, don't do that. You're already busy and you are good enough. I think you have that kind of, people around you saying that. So, and this is why you feel lonely sometimes. That's a problem, right? Full of people around you, but you always feel lonely, right? But you have to squash them down, and you have to cut them down. That's why you're here, right? And with good help, with good help, SMU, NYL, and PNL too. And a lot of people, excellent professors, yeah, including me, and staffs as well, right? So we're going to help you a lot, then you will be happy with us. And I want to share, how old we are. TESOL program in Sukmyeong. This is oldest TESOL program, not in the whole world, but in Korea. Not only old, but the first and the best still, right? And we have the most number. We have more number of students than any other kind of TESOL certificate programs, and we have a lot of graduates and alumni, more than 25,000 graduate students. And they are making their life really successful. And I want to introduce all of them, how successful they are. And a few weeks ago, we had a lunch meeting with some kind of people who graduates and make their life really successful in a very diverse area. Like academics, some of the graduates become a professor in the United States, in Canada, and England, and in Korea a lot. And also there are lots of people are making their own businesses, and also they are working in a research and development sector, and they are working as expertise in this field. So everybody who graduates this program, now I can't really say all of them, but majority of the people who graduated from this certificate course, and they go up to MA and PhD level later, and then they are making a lot of good things in their lives. And once you become our family, then you'll be our family forever, right? So we can look after you constantly, right? So you'll be really happy in that time, right? Okay, so in SMU and YL TESOL, we can make your dream come true. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Tim, and following on the theme from Dr. Kang, I'm going to tell you about your journey and how we can help you go forward. And in that sense, I am here to help you. You might be wondering why I'm wearing a t-shirt, and I'll explain that to you at the end when I finish. We'll start here on our journey. Your journey here starts with you coming to this room and being here and following that yellow brick road. And with the SMU program where I teach, I'll tell you a little bit more about it. To start with, you will be challenged. And that might be scary, that might be frightening, but that's how you learn. When you feel frightened or challenged, it's part of the learning process. You might be someone who is okay. Have to adjust the height to the mic. Okay. I hope you can all hear me. That's all right. We can move it up and down. You will become one of the best teachers when you take this program. You will face a lot of challenges, but we will give you the knowledge and the skills that you need to go and teach and to be a teacher. Our program, obviously, you know about us and you're here. Let me tell you a bit more about the program. We have teachers from all around the world, as well as in Korea, and they're all here in Seoul, South Korea, to provide you with the best knowledge. We are from different places, like I mentioned. Myself, I'm from New Zealand, and I've come here to Seoul, and I bring my knowledge and my expertise to meet the needs of our students here at Sukmyeong Women's University. In the SMU program, we have a number of courses. You can see there are 2 methodology courses. And when we talk about methodology, we talk about the methods you need to teach. From the start of the lesson until the end of the lesson and everything in between. There's a lot of material, and this is why we have 2 of those methodology courses. There's also this thing called TOET, teaching online, teaching English. In the last couple of years, obviously, we have changed a lot because of the corona pandemic, and we've had to teach online. And so we have included this in our methodology course, how we can still do our teaching job, but in the online context. This is our main course, but it's also supported and integrated with our other courses here. The practicum course, you can see, is about practical teaching. So we learn a lot of the theory and the ways in how we teach, and we apply it in a practical context. We get to use those skills and support our learning very closely in these 2 courses. In addition to that, you can't see it that well, but you can see second language acquisition. We learn about the theories of how we learn languages, and it is also, again, supported with these courses that I've talked about. There's connections between each of the courses. When we talk about learning language, we can also talk about culture. We have to talk about culture. Language and culture are so well connected, so we learn about intercultural communication as a course by itself. And lastly, we also have our academic skills development course. And this course is designed to help our students to do things like write essays. We start with the basics, like writing a sentence in terms of academics and the requirements that we place on our students. Writing paragraphs, citing works, and then writing things like compare and contrast essays when we look at different ways of teaching. All of these courses are part of the SMU TESOL program, and they all work together to give you the skills and knowledge that you need. As I mentioned earlier, the TOET, teaching online, teaching English. We've also included this part, obviously, because of the corona pandemic, as I mentioned before. So this is another feature of our program that has reacted to the local needs that we have. Obviously, now we're coming out of corona, thankfully. Many of us aren't wearing masks today, so that's really good to see, but we still can teach online. Things have changed and shifted in the world, and I think teaching online is probably here to stay in some shape or form. So it's very important to also have this in our program. So you might be thinking, well, why? Why should I come and teach here? Well, you might be someone who is thinking about picking up teaching. You might be a totally stranger, a totally new person to teaching. You might be contemplating changing your career. You might be looking to level up as an existing teacher. You might want to be just curious about English and how we learn in English and things like that, or considering further study. All of our students here come from these various backgrounds. We all come together and we share and we learn from each other. In terms of the SMU course, we go for 18 weeks. All of these courses here, they constitute a total of 216 hours. We teach for 12 hours a week, and obviously methodology is a major part of that makeup, but all of them together is a lot of learning and a lot of challenge, but also a lot of enjoyment. And I'll talk about enjoyment just shortly. So in terms of the next step and getting in touch, use social media, get in touch with us if you need. What I just mentioned earlier, enjoyment, well, let me just show you this t-shirt that I'm wearing here. You may not be able to see it, but it says, "We love our Tim." That's my name, by the way. And it says here, G2. This is one of the groups that is teaching today. And after you finish, you'll be able to go and see other people wearing the same t-shirt as me. And I think that shows a lot of the closeness of how we come together as teachers and students, and how we learn and play and have fun together. And it's not just this t-shirt that I've got. I also have a mug here from another class, which is a photo of us, and that's from G2 and S22. And here's a sticker with my face on it. And you'll see some students have got, my face on this. I'm really glad to see that, because that tells me that my students are having fun. They trust me and they believe me and the things that I'm teaching them. Lastly, one other thing, another group, not just G2. Here, that's me there. And students say, "Well, thank you, Tim. I learned so much and I really feel very good." And this, I think, represents what we do here. When I see this as a teacher, I feel really happy, because I know that my students are learning and they trust and believe in me. Thanks very much. One other thing I forgot to mention, we also have an online offer for next semester. 18 weeks. All
right, hello. So I take this off. They made a t-shirt with you on it? I didn't get a t-shirt. Anyways, it's nice to see everybody today. My name is Matthew Partridge, and I am here representing our YL and PL programs. The YL stands for Young Learners, and the PL is Play and Learn. These classes are focused more on the elementary, kindergarten, preschool side. So if you're interested in pre-K, preschool, 어린이집, 유치원, kindergarten, elementary school, haha, I know some words. This is definitely something that you might be interested in. And so the YL program is an 18-week course. Okay? And this is, you have a certificate at the end to teach young learners. So if you are interested in getting a certificate to teach, elementary, kindergarten, preschool, this is definitely something you might be interested in. The PL program is a slightly shorter course. It's 12 weeks. It covers some of the similar topics, but it does so in a very more of a playful sort of way. So if you are a teacher who's already teaching and want to expand your knowledge of teaching and try to add more interactive elements, activities, games, things like that to your teaching, this is definitely something that you might be interested in. Okay. All right, so kind of just reiterating what I said, the young learners, pre-K to elementary, but it also includes like a combination of theory connected with practice, whereas play and learn is more expanding your activities and abilities in the classroom, okay, without much as focus on theory. All right, so let us talk about these different programs, the different classes within them. So, Young Learners, the Young Learners program, is a teacher training program that includes a constantly evolving curriculum. So we're constantly adding new things, changing things, looking at the teaching landscape. Teaching is a really kind of new area of study. There's a lot of things we're still learning about the way students learn, the way they gain knowledge, and it's constantly changing. As Tim mentioned, this online element it's been around, but only in the past few years has it become so prevalent, and so we're adding new things. So, through this, with this YO program, we do a lot of focus on CLIL. What that means is content learning. So how do you teach English in English, but also how could you teach, use English to teach science? Or how could you use it to teach history or social studies? Because this sort of connection helps students to learn a better and more varied sort of English that's more usable. We include art with a lot of our lessons because art gives students a way to be creative. And when students are creating, they are learning. All right, so in YL, we have 6 main courses. We have literacy, classroom English, curriculum, language acquisition, child development, and classroom management. Child development, we talk about the way students are growing. Different ages are very different. The way you teach in preschool, in a kindergarten class, in an elementary classroom are very different. You approach 6th graders differently than you approach 6-year-olds. They learn differently. So what we work on here is observing where is a student's specific level? What intelligences do they have? How can we push them to that next level? Classroom management. Pardon. This is a very classroom practical course. In this, we look at how to set up your classroom, how to construct rules. What do you do when students don't listen to you? These are all things that we focus on managing your classroom. Management is really important. If you want to be an effective teacher, you need to manage your classroom. If any of you have taught a class and the kids aren't listening, management will help you. Another class is language acquisition. When we look at this, we focus on like listening and speaking and how students start to understand language and what activities, what practices can we use as teachers to help our students learn language more effectively so that they can communicate. Curriculum design focuses on lesson planning, setting up a single lesson, setting up a whole unit? How do you combine the theories that you're learning into an actual lesson? How do you connect your management techniques with the lesson? How do you consider students' language and their abilities and their age, and how do you put that into a lesson format? Literacy development. Reading is probably, in my personal opinion, one of, if not the most important thing kids can learn. If they can read effectively, they can learn almost anything. They can teach themselves things. So to my mind, learning literacy development is, we want to build independent readers, readers that can look at a text, use strategies to understand what the text is about. And that's what we work on. Classroom English. What this class focuses on is a very practical usage of many of the theories. So in this, we focus on a few different lesson structures that you'll learn in curriculum. And then we practice how you can give instructions in English. How do you ask effective questions? How do you help your students understand what you want them to understand in class? And how do you check their understanding? All right, so these are some of the classes, and you can see how they all kind of go together. We have literature, management, classroom English, curriculum, theory, and child development. Okay. Sorry. Attached to the YL program, there's a number of additional learning opportunities. When we're learning to teach, it's very important that you get experience teaching. The best way to learn to teach is to get in front of a class. And so through this, we have a number of opportunities to help you gain this more practical experience. One is the Language Doctor program. This is connected with Sukmyeon Orinechip, and if you choose to do this, you will be working with me. I teach there a couple times a week. We go in, we teach 5-year-old classes, 6-year-old classes, 7-year-old classes, and we have TAs chosen from the YL program who come in and assist with these. This is a really good experience, and I can see those teachers that come with me, that are there and are working with the students, you can see by the end of the semester the level of confidence that they've gained in front of students. We are also offering a fully online option, the same as SMU. You can see my beautiful face down there. This is from a recent class that we were doing online. And so similar to what Professor Tim said, that it's an 18-week course, same material, but is done online. This is really good, not only if you live far away, but also if you want experience and knowledge about how to teach in the future, because online options are there. Schools are offering online options. It's happening in a lot of places, and learning how to effectively use online materials is necessary, 100% necessary for the future. Okay. Our Play and Learn classes, we have Joyful Classroom, Storytelling, Creative Teachers Workshop, and Play and Learn English. English for Learning, Play and Learn. This is, again, how to give very clear instructions, how to check comprehension. How do you deliver your teaching most effectively? The Creative Teachers Workshop is how to construct materials for students to use. If you've ever been in a classroom where the teacher's just talking for 20, 30, 40 minutes, it's super boring. How do we have good materials? How do we construct materials that will engage students and also practice their language? We want to have that combination of practical but also engaging materials. Storytelling. I love this class. I love telling stories. Storytelling is one way that we connect with each other. It makes us special as humans. And for teaching students how to tell stories effectively, it's really fun, and kids really find this engaging. Some of my best lessons that I've done start with a story that kids get really interested in. Joyful Classroom. This is how to run your classroom in an effective way so that you, the teacher, are happy as well as the students. We talk about how to organize a very pretty, colorful classroom. It's almost too colorful. Still very well organized, though. How to manage your learners, how to keep your students focused on the material through proactive and reactive management strategies. Okay, but one thing is the same for both. Lot of activities. Teaching is not just sitting and listening. There's lots of activities for young learners, but also students such as yourself. If you don't do, if you don't get up, if you don't stand up and try to teach, it will take you much longer to learn. So we use a lot of these activities to help build your development as well. A few other opportunities that we offer are summer and winter camps. These are something that I've been very involved with in the past, and they've actually gone very, very well. We had to take a break for a while because of COVID, but in recent years we've restarted the summer and winter camps, and they've been they've gone very well. The kids have really enjoyed them. But we take TAs again from the program, and this is a really good chance for you to get experience in front of students. We have the special lecture series in which different people come in to give lectures in person or online, and these help keep you up to date with the newest trends in English education. We have the children's event. We actually just had our event last weekend. We had students from the surrounding areas come in, and students have an opportunity to lead them in various fun activities and micro lessons. Okay, so that is pretty much the end for my program, for my little speech here. If you are interested in young learners, there are definitely some programs that I would recommend checking out. So thank you very much and have a wonderful day.
다음으로는 행정상 및 입시 전형 관련 안내를 드리겠습니다. 숙명테솔은 25년 역사를 가진 국내 최초의 영어교사 양성기관으로 공교육 및 사교육 기관에서 활동하는 2만 명 이상의 동무를 배출하여 국내 최대 동문 네트워크를 가지고 있습니다. 네, 매 학기 다양한 주제의 특강 시리즈, 그리고 수료전에 취업할 수 있는 잡페어, 그리고 다양한 분야에서 성공을 이룬 동문과의 만남인 멘토링 프로그램, 그리고 티칭 봉사활동 기회 제공 등을 통해서 다양한 정보를 제공하고 있습니다. 숙명테솔은 여러 해외 대학과 연계하여 SMU, YL 테솔 졸업하신 후에 해외 대학원 졸업 시 최대 12학점까지 인정이 가능하고 숙명테솔 석사과정 진학 시 한 학기 학점이 인정됩니다. 숙명테솔에서는 여러 가지 행사를 개최합니다. 우리 대학에서는 영어교육 분야 최대 학회 중에 하나인 TESOL 국제학회로 15년 이상 유치하고 있습니다. TESOL 컨퍼런스는 국내외 영어교육기관과 교육 관련 인사들이 참여하는 행사로 숙명테솔 동문에게는 할인된 가격으로 참석할 수 있는 기회를 제공합니다. 숙명테솔은 방금 전에 매튜 교수님께서 말씀하신 대로 재학 중에 저희 국내외 영어교육 전문가를 초청해서 영어교육 관련 특강을 무료로 진행하고 있고, 이 또한 졸업생에게 또 연락을 드려서 특강 수강 기회를 제공하고 있습니다. 그리고 다양한 프랙티컴 및 봉사활동을 통해서 미취학 아동 및 초등학생 대상의 다양한 영어 수업 실습 경험 기회를 제공하고 있습니다. 특히 YL과 PL 과정에서는 봄학기에는 어린이날에 재학생이나 졸업생 자녀 혹은 용산구 거주 어린이들을 초청하여 진행하는 실습 행사를 운영하고 있고, 가을 학기에는 추수감사절 시즌에 어린이를 초청하여 실습 행사를 진행합니다. SMU 테솔 재학생의 경우 SMU 테솔 과목 중에 문화관 커뮤니케이션 과목을 확대하여 그룹 프레젠테이션을 기획하고 다른 재학생에게 시연하는 행사를 매 학기 개최하고 있습니다. 숙명테솔은 다양한 영어교육 봉사활동의 기회를 제공합니다. 외부 기관에서의 티칭 활동, 용산구 공문 번역, 탈북민 영어 수업, 용산구청 어린이 영어 캠프 보조교사, 숙명 어린이집 영어 수업 보조교사, 이런 티칭 봉사 기회를 제공하고 있습니다. 또 재학생과 졸업생의 성공적인 커리어를 위해서 숙명테솔의 동문을 초청하여 수강생과 교류할 수 있는 멘토링 프로그램을 운영하고 있습니다. 멘토링 프로그램은 매학기 진행되고 영어학원에서 강의를 하거나 학원이나 공부방을 창업하시거나 공개 강좌 테솔 졸업 후에 석사, 박사학위를 취득하여 교수가 되거나 영어교육 관련 사업을 하시는 분 등 각계각층에서 선전하고 계시는 동문을 모셔와 성공 스토리를 나누는 시간으로 우리 재학생들이 미래를 계획하고 성공적인 커리어를 쌓아갈 수 있도록 도움을 드리고 있습니다. 매우 유익한 시간이므로 재학생은 반드시 참여하실 것을 권장합니다. 또한 수강생의 취업 지원을 위해서 매학기 취업 박람회를 개최하고 있으며 본 행사에서는 국내 유명 영어 기관들이 참여하여 취업 및 창업 정보를 제공합니다. 이번 학기 취업 박람회는 오늘 오후 1시부터 4시까지 진행되니까 시간 되시는 분은 꼭 참석하시기 바랍니다. 그리고 우리 숙명테솔 홈페이지의 커리어 밑에 잡보드라는 메뉴에는 여러 기업의 영어 강사 모집 정보도 확인하실 수 있습니다. 우리 수강생의 졸업 후 성공적인 커리어를 응원하고자 특강, 지금까지 말씀드렸던 특강이랑 멘토링 프로그램, 그리고 취업 박람회, 그리고 자녀를 초청할 수 있는 이벤트 데이 이런 거 관련해서는 졸업생에게도 계속 연락을 드리고 있습니다. 그리고 숙명테솔은 국내외 대학과 협력하여 SMU-YL 자격증 취득 후에 테솔 대학원 진학 시 최대 12학점까지 인정을 받을 수 있습니다. 테솔 수강생이 영어 교육 관련 자료를 쉽게 접할 수 있도록 리소스 센터를 운영하고 있습니다. 이 건물이 인재관이고요. 여기 1층에 위치한 리소스 센터에서 수강생들은 영어 교육 전문 도서관 자료들을 학기 중에 항시 대여할 수 있습니다. 다음으로 입학 안내 드리겠습니다. 먼저 SMU-YL 테솔부터 입학 안내를 드리겠습니다. 그 공통 지원 자격은 4년제 대학교 졸업자 혹은 2023년 8월 졸업 예정자입니다. 입시 전형으로는 국공립 유치원 및 초중고 현직 교사 혹은 기간제 교사, 그리고 초중고 소속의 영어 전담 강사인 경우에는 특별 전형 A로 지원을 하실 수가 있고요. 그리고 공인 영어 성적 소지자, 영어권 국가에서 학석사를 졸업하신 경우에는 특별 전형 B로 지원하시고 나머지는 일반 전형으로 지원하시면 됩니다. 특별 전형 A 같은 경우에는 면접 100%로만 진행이 되고 특별 전형 B 같은 경우에는 영어 성적 혹은 학위로 50% 그리고 면접 50% 이렇게 진행되고 있습니다. 그리고 일반 전형 같은 경우에는 쓰기 시험 50%와 면접 50%로 진행되고 있습니다. 쓰기 시험은 30분, 면접은 10분에서 15분 정도 소요됩니다. 면접은 3명의 응시생이 한 조가 돼서 그룹별로 주어진 주제에 대해서 토론하게 됩니다. 간단한 자기소개와 주어진 주제에 대한 개인의 의견 피력과 다른 응시생들과의 의사소통 능력을 평가합니다. 예시 질문입니다. 당신의 동료가 자주 지각하는 학생 때문에 곤란해하고 있습니다. 당신이 학생 혹은 선생님의 경험을 바탕으로 해결 방안을 생각해보고 해결안의 장단점을 토의하고 선호도 순으로 동료에게 해결 방안을 말해보세요. 이런 식으로 문제가 제출되고요. 응시생들과 함께 토의하시는 모습으로 평가가 됩니다. 쓰기 시험은 서론, 본론, 결론의 에세이 형식으로 작성하시게 되고요. 논리적으로 글 전개가 이루어졌는지와 영어 구사 능력 이 두 가지를 평가하게 됩니다. 예시 질문입니다. 당신은 절친의 결혼식에 초대받았으나 출장 때문에 참여할 수 없습니다. 이메일로 당신의 상황을 설명하고 불참에 대해 미안함을 표현하는 글을 써보세요. 보시다시피 다소 평이한 문제로 출제하고자 노력하니까 너무 부담 갖지 마시고 평소 실력으로 임해주시기 바랍니다. 수업 시간은 저희 오전반, 온오프 통합반, 온라인반이 있습니다. 오전반 수업은 대면 수업이고요. 화, 수, 금 오전 9시부터 1시까지 주 3회고 온오프 통합반은 수요일은 온라인, 저녁 시간 7시부터 10시 반까지, 토요일은 오프라인으로 아침 9시부터 6시까지 굉장히 인텐시브하게 진행이 됩니다. 그리고 온라인반 같은 경우에는 화목금 오후 시간에 저녁 시간에 7시부터 밤 10시 반까지고요. 구글 클래스룸으로 통해서 실시간으로 진행됩니다. 그리고 온라인 반의 같은 경우에는 중간고사, 기말고사, 그리고 저희 프랙티컴을 실시하는 이벤트 데이 같은 경우에는 오프라인으로 대면으로 진행될 예정입니다. 다음으로 장학금 혜택에 대해서 안내드리겠습니다. 숙명여대 졸업 동문에게는 50만 원 감면 혜택이 있고요. 국공립 유치원 교사나 초중고 현직 교사에게는 100만 원 감면 혜택이 있습니다. 그리고 현직 교사 감면 혜택은 정교사만 해당이 되고요. 기간제 교사나 학교 소속의 영어회화 전문 강사는 제외됩니다. 그리고 또 학기 종료 후에 분반별로 1등을 하신 분께는 성적 우수 장학금이 지원되고요. 각 과정별 SMU 1명, YL 1명에게는 1등 하신 분에게는 전액 장학금, 타임교육에서 지원해 주셔서 전액 장학금이 지원됩니다. 다음으로 TESOL 안내드리겠습니다. TESOL의 지원 자격은 70학점, 대학에서 70학점 이상 이수한 재학생 혹은 졸업생이고요. 전문학사 및 학사학위 모두 해당됩니다. 입시 전형은 면접 100%로 진행이 되고 면접은 10분에서 15분 정도 소요됩니다. 면접은 3명의 응시생이 한 조가 돼서 간단한 자기소개와 질의응답으로 구성이 되고요. 예시 질문으로는 재밌는 강의, 재미는 별로 없지만 배울 게 많은 강의 중 어떤 강의가 아이들에게 좋다고 생각하십니까? 이런 식으로 문제가 나오면 다른 응시생들과 토의하며 본인의 의견을 자유롭게 말씀하시면 됩니다. TESOL 시간표는 오전반이랑 주말반 두 가지가 있습니다. 오전반은 화요일, 금요일 오전 1시부터 오후 1시까지, 아니 오전 9시부터 오후 1시까지 주 2회고요. 주말반은 수요일 저녁 6시 반부터 10시 20분, 그리고 토요일은 오전 9시부터 오후 1시까지 주 2회 이렇게 진행이 됩니다. 다음으로 수강료 및 제출 서류 안내드리겠습니다. 그 SMU랑 YL 같은 경우에는 395만 원이고요. PL 과정은 175만 원입니다. 제출 서류로는 SMU YL TESOL은 온라인으로 입학원서 작성하시고요. 3개월 이내에 발급받은 4년제 학사 영문 학위 증명서 혹은 영문 졸업 예정 증명서를 제출하셔야 합니다. 특별전형 A 같은 경우에는 재직 증명서를 함부로 추가로 제출하셔야 되고요. 특별전형 B 지원자의 경우에는 유효한 공인 영어 점수 증명서 한부 혹은 해외 학석사 성적표 및 졸업 증명서를 제출하셔야 합니다. TESOL은 입학원서 한부 그리고 영문 졸업증명서 혹은 70학점 이상 이수한 성적증명서를 제출하셔야 합니다. 모든 서류는 인터넷에서 원서를 작성하시고요. 그리고 첨부 파일로 제출을 하십니다. 2학기 전형 일정은 바로 다음 주 월요일인 5월 15일부터 5월 23일까지 원서 접수 기간이고 입학 시험은 5월 27일 토요일에 대면으로 인재관에서 진행하게 됩니다. 합격자 발표는 6월 5일에 예정돼 있고 등록 기간은 6월 5일부터 6월 9일까지입니다. 입시 진행 과정은 숙명테솔 홈페이지에 접속해서 회원가입하시고 인터넷으로 원서를 작성하십니다. 회원가입 및 원서 작성 방법은 저희가 테솔 홈페이지의 게시판에 업로드 해놨습니다. 그리고 원서 접수 기간 내에 전용료를 납부하시고 서류에서 합격한 뒤에는 안내에 따라서 면접이나 쓰기 시험에 응시하시면 됩니다. 이상으로 저희 입시에 관한 설명을 마치고요. 이후 일정에 대해서 말씀드리겠습니다. 저희 질문이 있으신 분은 이 장소에 남아 계시면 되고요. 2층 라운지에서는 저희가 식순지 드리는데 보시면은 지도가 있으세요. 그래서 플로어 플랜 보시면서 2층 라운지의 SMU 과정에 대해서 그리고 208호 여기 바로 앞방이거든요. 208호에서는 YL 과정 그리고 바로 옆에 로비에서는 PL 과정에 대해서 현재 재학하고 계신 분들이 Q&A를 해주실 거예요. 그래서 공부하시면서 좀 궁금했던 사항들 저희 직원한테 궁금한 거 말고 실제로 이제 학생 입장에서 궁금하신 그런 질문들을 하시면 되고요. 그리고 또 오늘 SMU 재학생들이 프랙티컴을 실시하는 날이거든요. 그래서 실제로 이제 우리가 이제는 입학하고 나서 어떻게 수업이 진행되는지를 보실 수 있는 기회니까 202, 204, 205호에서 진행되니까 가서 어떻게 하시는지 보시고 들어가실 때는 저희가 문 앞에다가 그 라벨지를 뒀어요. 그래서 이름 쓰시고 명찰 착용하시고 들어가시기 바라고요. 그리고 저희가 마지막으로 또 오늘 오픈하우스로 행사로 해서 자페어를 같이 하고 있습니다. 그래서 1시부터 4시까지 인재관 1층에서 진행되니까 시간 되시는 분들은 꼭 참석해 주시기 바랍니다. 감사합니다. 질문 있으세요?